We see a place. We are told, the Immortal Sapling Conference is a selection conference where Immortal sect selects the younger generation who are suitable for immortal cultivation. The Yuhua sect and Dongming Pavilion, which are allies of the Shining sect, also come to observe the event. The qualifications of newly recruited disciplines often affect the rise and fall of a sect decades or even 100 of years later. Han says so we should pay attention while selecting. Dong says Master, the way you sitting right how completely obscures your reputation. We see a girl, someone says the one over there is Shen of the Shining sect. The girl says what an interesting person. The girl name was Luo. Another girl laughs and says what Sister Luo, are you interested in him? Luo says if he hadn't had a dark history, I might have considered it. Shen sees Luo. Luo greet him. All masters surprised. Shen says *TTY charm. Main says Master. You are bleeding. Shen says it's okay, I have been eating too much recently. Song says Master, the girl you saw is really amazing. Shen asked how is she amazing? Song replies She. Her two are by peak armor amazing than the eldest sister and the second sister. Shen says shallow people, the world is getting worse. Shen thoughts are you qualified to talk about us? According to the plot, the main character Shao Qi will finally make his debut, and he will stand out the final test. We see all candidates are struggling. Sect leader says well, I didn't expect a good seeding to come out of this year's Immortal Sapling Conference. Master of Dangqing Peak says this iron chain bridge measures the affinity of the spiritual power of the spiritual root, but this child is not only unaffected by the iron chain bridge, on the contrary, it's like a help. I have never seen this kid on affinity talent before, his future is unlimited. A master says this is a fortune for our Shining sect. Another master says in my opinion, such an outstanding gifting seedling should be directly under the guidance of the patriarch so that he can get the best possible training. Sect leader says elders, please be claim, let's take a look at this child's spiritual root attributes. Shen thoughts you can have fun for now, let's see if you still take this good disciple later. Sect leader thoughts. Everyone else is fine, but we in the Shining sect do own debt to Shen. According to the rules, all the children who have passed all the levels and appeared on the cloud platform are disciples of the Shining sect. However, there were some outliers, and the elders and Peak Master were unwilling to accept them. In the end it was Shen who accepted them, which helped the Shining sect to avoid embarrassment. Sect leader says congratulations on passing the test, little one. Standing on the cloud platform are now the disciples of our Shining sect. Now, the person I have named come forward and walk to the formation in the middle of the state. We see a girl has 3 spiritual roots of water, wood and earth. The girl says this disciple is willing. Dong says Master, if you are so inattentive, all the disciples with good qualifications will be taken away by the other elders and Peak Masters. Shen says what's so great about it? I don't want to accept disciples at all, is it not enough trouble for me to have a few of you? Song says I know there are rumors in the sect that Master is a trash who likes to trash disciples. Shen says this is not a compliment, what are you so happy about? We see girl has a pure wood spiritual root. Shen thoughts this Wei Qin is the first harem member of the protagonist Shao Qi, a small foodie who was won by the protagonist with the food strategy. Ning Shen Ming sect leader says this would attribute spiritual root child. Shen do you want to take her in as your disciple? Ning thoughts I didn't think there would be so many good seedling besides Shao Qi, and it's a wood spiritual root, so why don't I give her to Shen? All elders thoughts damn, how could such an excellent seedling be given to such a cheap guy? Shen says I am not interested, I think it would be better to give this child to Daoist Bai of Lingzhu Peak. Shen thoughts Bai Ran has a jade bamboo skill, and Wei Qin's attribute are very compatible with it, and according to the plot she would have been her disciple. We see Bai Ran. Bai Ran says this is absolutely impossible. Shen your strength is much stronger than Meline, such a good seedling cannot be wasted in my hands. Elders says Bai Ran cultivation is still shallow, only at the early golden dance stage. This Wei Qin talent is so excellent, in the end how should take her as disciple should be carefully discussed. By thoughts in his mind it's true, I am not strong and I don't have a high status in the sect, so it's not my turn to have such a talented disciple. Shen make angry face says what's all this nonsense? If you want to take her, then you can take her, just teach the little girl well. If I say Bai Ran is more suitable than me, then she is more suitable than me. Who approves and who oppose the idea of Wei Qin joining Bai Ran as her disciple? Elder says you. Bai surprised. Shen says come here. Shen asked you're hungry, right? Here, eat this. Bai says eat it. Shen sure says you can eat my cakes now, but you can't follow Shaoqi to kill me. Bai says thank you. Shen reply you are welcome, you are the most suitable teacher for Wei Qin, I'm just telling the truth. Shen thoughts the good show is finally here. Next person. Shaoqi. If you like my video, please subscribe and share.